The body of our peacock is going to be white for this example, and the reason I chose that is because I wanted you guys to be able to see every stitch that I'm working, and with the peacock blue, that's a much harder thing to do. So I'm going to be using white yarn and my G-hook, and we're going to start in the middle of the neck. So if you can pretend for a second that my hand is our peacock body, and then he has a neck, and then his head is right here, okay? We are starting our peacock on my knuckle, if you will. So we're going to start on his neck, and it's going to create two openings. One we're going to work the head on, and one we're going to work the body on. And that's going to give his head a nice crook that we want, without us having to attach his head separately. So to get started, in the middle of the bend of his neck, we're going to chain 2 and work 6 SCs into the second chain from the hook. And then give that a nice tight pull. And then increase in each stitch around. So we'll do 6 increases. So there's 1 increase, 2 increases, 3 increases, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, for the next round, we need to work an SC and then an increase, and then we're going to do that 6 times. So that's once, SC, and an increase, that's 2, and SC and an increase, and that makes 6, and we're back to beginning. Round 4 is 2 SCs and an increase. So you can see we're just making a big circle now. So 2 SCs and an increase, that's 2 sets of that pattern, 2 SCs and an increase, that's 6 times. All right, another increase round. Next we're going to do 3 SCs and an increase 6 times. So there's 3 SCs and an increase, that's once, and 1, 2, 3, and an increase, that's 6. Okay, our next increase round is going to be 4 SCs and an increase, 2, 3, 4, and an increase, 1, 2, 3, 4, and an increase. That's 6 times. Right? And then our last increase round is going to be 5 SCs and an increase 6 times. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, and an increase. And last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an increase. Okay, so at the end of that round you should have 42 stitches around. Your work should curve just a little bit like a normal 6 increase circle will do, and the next round, we're going to create our neck and body holes. And the way we're going to do that is essentially fold this in half and start working on only one half of the stitches and leave the other ones unworked for us to work on the body later. So we're going to do the head first. So in order to make this work, we need to skip 21 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So there's 21. In that 22nd stitch, we're going to start SCing again. And we're going to SC 21 around. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. And 21 will bring you back to your starting stitch and back to the middle of our weird shaped thingy here. So this side is going to be our head now. We're going to work on this side first. We're going to leave all these stitches alone until we're ready to do the body. So round 9, we need to increase to 24 stitches. So we need to do just 3 increases, which will mean we do 6 SCs and then an increase 3 times. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and an increase. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and an increase. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and an increase. Now we have our 24 stitches around where our head is going to be. We're going to work even for 4 rounds. 10, 11, 12, and 13 are going to just be worked even. 24 stitches around, 1 SC in each SC. I'm going to let you do those 4 rounds by yourself, and I will meet you back here at the end of round 13, beginning of round 14. So we finished with round 13. We did 4 rounds even of SCs around. This is what our head is looking like so far. And now on round 14, we're going to start decreasing to get to the point of our head here. So we're going to do 2 SC and a decrease 6 times. So we're going to do 2 SC and a decrease. And our last one, 2 SC and a decrease. Okay, so now we have 18 stitches around, and we're going to SC evenly around for 1 round, so we're going to do 18 SCs. So there's 2, 3, 4, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Alright, so this is where we're going to attach our safety eyes. And this is because we're going to close up this end of the head, and then we're going to close up this end of the body, and we're only going to have this little narrow neck to work in. So if we don't attach our safety eyes now, they're going to be super hard to get in later. So what we're going to do is count back to rounds 12 and 13, which were your last. So here's our starting point. 12 and 13 were these last 2 even SCs, or SC rounds. So they are 3 rows back from what we just did. So between our eyes, we need to have 7 stitches showing. And what this is going to do is position them kind of on the top half of the head, and your neck is going to curl down this way, remember. So make sure that you put your 7 stitches on this side where the center point of your circle is showing, like this, because if you put them on this side, his eyes are going to be on the bottom of his head rather than on the top, and he'll look pretty goofy. So I'm going to get out my handy dandy safety eye tool and pop these in here. And now we can keep going because we have our eyeballs in. At round 16, we need to keep decreasing. So we're going to do 4 SCs and a decrease 3 times. That'll take us down to 15 stitches. So we just need to do 3 decreases on this round. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and a decrease. That's once. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a decrease. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a decrease. Okay, next we need to decrease again. So we're going to do 3 SEs and a decrease. 1, 2, 3, and a decrease. Then 1, 2, 3, and a decrease. And then 1, 2, 3, and a decrease. Doing those decreases over 2 rounds gave him this nice curve to his head. So where it kind of comes to almost a point, but not quite, because we're still going to put a big old beak on the end there. So next we need to close up our 12 stitch round so that we have 6 stitches left and we can just tie those off. So we need to do 6 decreases around. So we're going to do 6 decreases. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we have 6 stitches left at the top. So we're going to pull our yarn and take our needle and go through the front loops of all 6 of the loops left. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Pull tight. And we have our nice little end here. So we're gonna knot this. And then you can just weave in this end like normal. And even though his head's kind of flat and floppy right now, it will be stuffed very, very soon. So we have an unstuffed peacock head. Now it's time to start working on his neck and down into his body this way. To keep going on our peacock, we need to work down his neck. And in order to do that, we're going to work around the hole that we left in round 8 of our neck / head. And so we're essentially starting with round 9 again, So round 9 over here, and then there's a round 9 over here, because this has already done 8 rounds to get to this point. So to start round 9 of our body, we're going to do an SC join in this first stitch that we skipped. So the first skipped stitch of our 21 skipped stitches. In order to do an SC join, you put your loop over your hook, insert your hook through the stitch you're going to be working, pull up a loop, make sure you kind of pull those tight, yarn over, and then pull through both loops on the hook. And what you will have is a stitch. And you will have joined your new yarn, hence an SC join. Then you're going to work evenly around this round. So you're going to work 21 stitches, or 20 more in addition to our join here. So that's 3, 4, 18, 19, and 20, and with our join makes 21. So to get across this hump, you have two choices. You can simply just start working straight into that SC like you always would, or you can create a decrease by working either under that stitch or under this bar. It's totally your choice, and pulling up a loop and then doing a decrease into the very first stitch there. So that will still count as 1, but you will have pulled up some yarn in between and shrank the size of that hole significantly. With your 21 stitches around now, you're going to work 5 rounds even, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. At the end of round 14, beginning of round 15, we have our head with a nice curve in it. I went ahead and woven these ends and closed up that hole with the tail from our SC join. And what we're going to do is stuff the head, because it's going to get harder and harder to reach from this point on. So we need to get it stuffed as best we can. See, and look at that, nice and round and pointy. You can leave the neck unstuffed for now. We're going to make the longest part of the neck, and then we will stuff this whole section. Round 15 is an increase round. We need to do 3 increases. So we're going to work 6 SCs and then an increase 3 times. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and an increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and an increase. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and an increase. Okay. Rounds 16 and 17 are worked even. You will have 24 stitches at this point. So do rounds 16 and 17, working 24 stitches around for 2 rounds, and meet me back here. I'm also going to raise up our camera so our little noggin doesn't keep bumping into things, because our body's getting ready to get much bigger. Alrighty, we've worked 2 rounds, 16 and 17. Round 18 is another increase round. We're going to do 7 SCs and an increase 3 times. So we'll do 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and and an increase. One, two, three, four, five, 6, and 7, and an increase. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and an increase. Rounds 19 and 20 are worked evenly around with 27 stitches in each row or round. So do rounds 19 and 20 SCing evenly, and I will see you at the beginning of round 21. Round 21 is another increase round. So this time we're going to do 8 SCs and an increase 3 times. So here's 8 SCs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and an increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and an increase. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and an increase. This next section is going to start alternating an SC round and an increase round. So now we're just going to do one round of SC evenly around, which will be 30 stitches. So we're just going to work 30 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Now we're going to do some larger increase rounds, or rather some more drastic increase rounds, so our body stretches out more quickly. So we're going to do a round with 4 SCs and an increase 6 times. So we'll do 6 increases in this round. So 4 SC, that's 4, and an increase. It's our first repeat. 2, 3, 4, and an increase. That's 6 times. And we have 36 stitches now. So we'll work another round evenly of 36 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 33, 34, 35, and 36. Alright, now we're going to do another increase round, this time 5 SCs and an increase 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an increase, that's 1, 3, 4, 5, and an increase. Okay, we're going to do another round even, so round 26 will be 42 stitches around, worked even in SCs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 40, 41, and 42. Alrighty, last increase round until we stuff the neck. Round 27 is 6 SCs and then an increase 6 times. So we'll do 6 SCs. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and an increase. And that's 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and an increase, and that makes 6. Our next round is worked even again, so we're going to do 48 SCs around evenly. 2, 3, 45, 46, 47, and 48. Alright, so you can see our neck and shoulders are coming together nicely. We need to angle out our body this way and then start angling in his chest this way. So before we do our body shaping, let's get our neck stuffed real quick. So make sure that you're stuffing this crook in his neck super well. Otherwise, it's going to look like it's really narrow. See how if you don't stuff it, it kind of takes on this weird snake thing. You have to stuff really well into that crook to make sure that you can tell that it is an arch and that his neck is the same width here as it is here. Okay, we've got our head nice and stuffed, our neck nice and stuffed. And I didn't stuff super far up there. I just wanted to make sure I could get all the way to the point of that neck before we started opening this up and doing more increases. At the beginning of round 29, we need to start making our odd-shaped increases. And in order to do that, we want our peacock's body to come out away from his head at a slower angle, so we're going to do more increases this way, and then we want it to curl down this way, so we're not going to do any increases for a little while here. So in order to do that, we're only going to increase in 3 places on the back and then none on the front. So what that's going to look like is we're going to do 19 SCs. That's 4, 5, 6, 16, 17, 18, 19. Then we're going to work an increase and then 7 SC, and we're going to do that twice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then again an increase and 7 SCs. Oops, did I just do my increase? Then again an increase and 7 SCs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then an increase, and then 12 stitches to get back to our starting point. 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so then our next round we're going to do 20 SCs. 2, 3, 4, 18, 19, and 20, and then an increase, and 8 SCs, and we're going to do that twice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then again increase and 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then we're going to do an increase and 12 stitches to get back to our starting point. 2, 3, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, and you can see we're starting to come out this way and go straight down here. So we're going to keep doing that. For 4 more rounds, we're going to keep doing those same sort of increases. So round 31, we're going to do 21 SCs. 3, 4, 19, 20, 21. Then we'll do an increase and a 9 SC twice. So there's our increase, 9 SC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then again an increase and 9 SCs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Sorry, my head is clunking around down here. Having the eyes on already, it makes a little bit more noise, so my apologies for the clunking. After that set of 9 stitches, we're going to do an increase again, and then 12 stitches to get back to our starting point. 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, and 12. Alright, again, round 32 is 22 SCs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 19, 20, 21, 22. Then we're going to do an increase and 10 SCs twice. So there's an increase and 10 SCs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then do that one more time. So increase and 10 SCs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to do an increase again and 12 SCs to get back to our starting point. 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, round 33, we're going to do 23 SCs. 2, 3, 4, 20, 21, 22, 23. And then we're going to do an increase and 11 SCs twice. So there's our increase and 11 SCs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then again, an increase and 11 SCs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then an increase and 12 SC to get back to our starting point. 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, and 12. Our last set of this style of increases is round 34. So we're going to do 24 SCs. 1, 2, 3, 22, 23, and 24. Then we're going to do an increase and 12 stitches twice. So an increase and then 12 SCs. 1, 2, 3, 11, 12, an increase, and 12 SCs. 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, and 12, an increase, and then 12 stitches to get back to our starting point. 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, and 12. So what we've done here, I'll turn him over so we can see him with our head, is we've given him a nice round chest and a nice long back. See how that works? Pretty cool, right? So next we need to work 2 rounds even. Each of these rounds will have 66 stitches in them. And you're going to work rounds 35 and 36, just SCing evenly around, and I will meet you at the beginning of round 37. At the beginning of round 37, we're going to start decreasing at the chest, but not decreasing on the tail. This is going to make our body curve this way. And in order to do that, we're going to do 2 sets of 6 SC and a decrease. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a decrease. And then again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a decrease. And then we're going to work 48 stitches around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 46, 47, and 48. And then for the last 2 stitches, we're going to work a decrease. And we're back to where we started. For round 38, we're just going to do that again, only this time we're going to do 5 SCs and a decrease 2 times. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a decrease. And then again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a decrease, and then 47 stitches around. So 1, 2, 3, 44, 45, 46, and 47, and then a decrease at the end. Alright, we're going to do 2 more rounds very similar to this one. This time we're going to do 4 SEs and a decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a decrease. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a decrease, and then work 46 stitches around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 42, 43, 44, 45, and 46, and a decrease. Then one more round like this. This time we're going to do 3 SCs and a decrease twice. 1, 2, 3, and a decrease. And then again, 1, 2, 3, and a decrease. And then 45 SCs. 2, 3, 4, 43, 44, 45, and a decrease. So now what we've effectively done, let's try to kind of straighten this out so we can see, is stretched the back of our peacock, so he has this nice long back, and curved his chest down. Now what we're going to do is close this up, and as it closes, it's going to pull together, and the end point is going to be down here. So it's not going to be dead center like you think it's going to. It's going to curve more back this way, and that's just because of how wonky shaped it is now. But even though we're going to be doing even decreases, I don't want you to worry when it looks like your center point ends up over here in like a wonky place. So starting with round 41, we're going to do even decreases around, starting with 7 SCs and a decrease. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a decrease. 4, 5, 6, 7, and a decrease makes 6 repeats. Alright, the next round is going to be 6 SCs and a decrease 6 times. So we'll start out with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a decrease. That's 1 repeat. 4, 5, 6, and a decrease makes 6 times, or 6 repeats of that. Alright, we're going to do it again. 5 SC and a decrease 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a decrease. 3, 4, 5, and a decrease makes 6 repeats. So you can see how we're closing up here. Okay, we're going to keep going just like this. This time 4 SCs and a decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a decrease. That's once. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a decrease. That's 6 times. So you can see how this is coming together real nice. We're all the way to round 45. We're going to do the same thing again, this time with 3 SCs and a decrease, 6 times. 1, 2, 3, and a decrease. That's once. 1, 2, 3, and a decrease. That's 6 times. Okay, now seems like as good a time as any to stuff. Well, we can still get a good chunk of our hand in there. So, move your yarn out of the way and start stuffing. Now make sure as you're stuffing the back part of your body here, that you're stuffing into that section we made that's kind of like his tail, his bum. You don't want that to be limp because that section there needs to hold up his tail feathers. So it needs to be stuffed well. And then same with his chest so that it's nice and round. Just really get your hands in there and what's the word they use? Manipulate the stuffing. Move it around to where you want it to be and where you want him to be stuffed best. Check that out. Definitely starting to look like a peacock now. All right. We need to finish closing up the bottom of our body here. And we are on round 46, which is 2 SCs and a decrease. 2 and a decrease. I'll do my best. This is going to get kind of hard to keep under the camera with this big old head flopping around. 1, 2 SC and a decrease. And make sure you're keeping these last few rounds real good and tight. 1, 2, decrease. Alrighty. Now we're down to 1 SC and a decrease. Alright, and so that we can all see what we're doing, I'm going to do the last round off camera. So, there you have 12 SCs remaining. You need to do a decrease in every 2 stitches, so 6 even decreases around with no stitches in between. And I will meet you back here with 6 stitches to bind off. This is also a great place to get any last minute stuffing you want to get in there. Once there's only 6 stitches, it makes it super hard to stuff. So get any last little bit of stuffing in there that you want to get in there. Alright, we have 6 stitches left around. And I've added a little more stuffing so this guy's nice and full. We're going to cut our yarn and weave in the ends because we don't have anything else to add with this tail. So we'll thread our needle and working through the front loops of each of those 6 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and pull tight. And then we can knot this and weave in the ends. So go ahead and weave in your ends on your body and we can start attaching parts.